Hello to everybody out there in social media land, wherever you happen to be picking this up. Super excited today to finally speak with our top sponsor. We've got a couple of wonderful people from Nicolet College in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. They are graciously our top sponsor for this forum, and they have done some wonderful things with strengths at the small school that they are. I'm not going to go into too much detail because they can tell you who they are. But we just want to talk to you today about what they're going to be sharing with us at the forum. And without further ado, we're just going to go in alphabetical order this time. So, Erica, I'm going to let you present yourself first. And then, Penny, if you would let everybody out there, both of you let us know who you are, where you are, and what you do in the world.
Great. Thank you, Joe. Super excited to be here and be a part of this. My name is Erica Neilitz. I am a registered nurse who now teaches in an associate degree nursing program. Outside of that, I'm a definite family person. I love the outdoors and do some hobby photography to keep that artsy side going. So what I do here at Nicolet is I'm currently the simulation coordinator, but the past 2 years I was faculty for the nursing program. And I just really, really, when I had my experience with strengths with Penny for the first time when I came to Nicolet, it just got the creativity going in my brain, and I could just see how it could improve student attrition and then relate into the workplace with how nursing loses quite a few of its new grads in the first year. So I would actually call myself a little bit of a strengths addict now. I spend a lot of my strengths work is done outside of work hours because it's not a huge part of my actual duties. And it's now flowed over into my family, and we're doing some work there. And I just have a million ideas of ways that it could go. So it's just been really energizing for me.
I love that. Miss Penny.
I'm Penny Kuckkahn, the Director of Academic Resources and Engagement here at Nicolet College. I've actually been here on campus for going on 28 years already, so I've held a variety of positions throughout it here. We initially started down the path of being a strengths-based institution about 8 years ago, with two of us going out to be certified coaches. And we naturally went from having all of our staff taking it into now slowly weaving it into our curriculum and our programs, hence the partnership here with Erica. Outside of campus, I feed my creativity by sewing figure skating dresses for my daughter, who is still a competitive figure skater, and spending time in shows. And also, I just really love to be just outdoors and on the water. So that's a little bit about where I'm at.
Well, I am so grateful to have both of you here. I have had the experience of working with these lovely women with Nicolet with the Practical Strengths Roadmap, and Erica is in our current cohort. Penny was in our first one, and it's just been such a joy. And I actually had the chance to go meet you guys in person and do a couple of sessions on campus, which you guys have the most beautiful campus where you are. It is absolutely stunning. So if anybody's up in the northern Wisconsin area, I highly recommend going to visit because it's beautiful. And so what you've been talking about, Erica, you're bringing a little bit of what you've been doing within the nursing program, that way that you've been embedding it really creatively. So let's give everybody a little bit of a taste between the two of you, what they can expect from your session during the forum.
Penny, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay, great. So first, we're going to talk about like how we see strengths working with our students, really focusing on improving attrition and then transitioning that into resilience in the workplace. So that's like the briefest teaser that it's going to be. But we have some tangibles for people to take away, and some ideas for how they can make this happen at their facilities or their locations.
Which I love, right? Because you're going to do that in such a way, because while you're applying it to the nursing program, I know that there are other ways it's being, implemented and kind of tested at your campus. And so whether they're doing a nursing program or just another college within a university, there's going to be ideas that they can take away from this.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. We actually, one of my partners in one of the grants that we wrote is a business faculty. So it's really interesting to see the differences, but yet the similarities, and how we can play off of each other and implement it throughout the campus.
Right. And I love that you mentioned it because we are going to be talking about grants. And most of what you guys have done at this point has been grant funded, which I think is fantastic and is going to be another lovely point for people to kind of take away and learn from. So, Penny, what would you like to add?
Oh, and what I'll do is touch on kind of how we got to where we got, and also share a little bit about how we ensure getting those 7 touch points that you can hear oftentimes that you need to have this be enduring with our students. How we brought in a wide breadth from throughout the college, all the way from what we call our success coaches, who are advisors going through the Champions Roadmap, our grant manager, faculty go through that, and just share a little bit about where we got there and how we got there and how we see it moving forward throughout other programs in the future also.
Excellent. I love that. Yeah, we've been really lucky. You guys have been really our proof of concept for the roadmap for practical strengths, right? And how we see sort of a basic way that any organization or educational institution can really educate themselves to feel confident and competent with the tool. And then some practical ways to apply that. So has that been effective for you guys so far? What has been the difference since you started down this path 8 years ago? Have you noticed a difference now that you've been working with the roadmap for about a year?
I have seen more traction, I'll call it, coming. I've seen more of strengths-based language being used throughout the college, more interest bubbling up. And then just coming up in about 2 more weeks, I'll be actually offering our first Language of You workshop here internally on campus, and have had a lot of people who have responded and said, maybe if the time doesn't work, are you going to offer it again? Which is definitely an impetus to keep moving on and doing more with it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. So final question for you guys. Get to pick a number 1 through 5. And I'm going to give you a question that is related to the future of strengths, but just as a concept, not to the forum specifically. So Erica, I'm going to pick on you first. Sorry, we're going to just go in an alphabetical order.
Totally fine. Totally fine. I'll pick 5.
Pick 5. Okay, excellent. So number 5 is, what does a strengths-based future look like to you? And you can apply that to work, your community, your world. What does that look like to you when I talk about a strengths-based future?
I think for me, a strengths-based future, it looks like a community, right? I think one thing that's been really huge for me with this is it's created a language that's fostered a community, not only in my professional life with my peers, and my administration, but also with the students. Once they really get it and start to use it, and one of the great places we use it is in a clinical that is all about teamwork, where they have the same team, and it creates this language between them to foster that teamwork in that community. And then I also see it at home, and I just think that it's really important for us to focus on the positives within us, but have the language to do that in a way that still maintains some humility and some honesty and some integrity. So that's what it means to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erica. All right, Penny, do you want the same question or do you want to pick another number?
I'll pick a different number. I'll take 1.
Excellent. Other end of the spectrum. So 1 is, what future are you hoping to help create? And how do strengths help shape that vision?
So when I think about what future I am hoping to create, I probably think a little bit smaller than Joe does, when Joe thinks very expansive and worldwide. But really, over the last probably year to 2 years, I have been finding all the little places that actually strengths is happening in northern Wisconsin, and learning that they're happening with boards. We have a leadership program that uses it. And so really what I would love to see is go beyond the walls of Nicolet College, and how do we create that language in just starting out at northern Wisconsin, and get that language expanded out and have community talking in those words and getting it. So I'm thinking bigger than our 4 walls, but not quite as big as you, Joe.
Well, to be fair, my futuristic tends to think pretty big and what we can accomplish. But that's why you and I are such great partners, because I can go with the like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if we could do this? My Willy Wonka brain can kind of go out there and like have the big crazy thing. And then you can drill me back down to, okay, so where do you start? Right. And that's the whole idea behind the forum with Future of Strengths. And when I talk about practical strengths in general, right, the idea is to be the pebble, start the ripple. Right. And right now, what I'm really hoping to inspire people to do is think of the 10 people closest to you outside of your family, but the 10 people closest to you outside your family that you can have a positive impact on. And what can you do to create that impact? Right. And once you do 10 people and Erica does 10 people and I do 10 people, then those ripples will start to overlap. And so it doesn't have to feel overwhelming. I know I can feel overwhelming to people, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. But if we each really do our part, hear my connectedness talking right there, right? If we each do our part, imagine what is possible. Right. So I think if we do start small and we keep it low, but I think you also have to have somebody to hold the vision of where you start, but where do you want to go after that? So thank you, ladies, very much. Anything else you would like to add today?
I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to learn and share.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I am so glad you guys are on board. It has been an absolute pleasure working with you both, but also with everybody at Nicolet that I've had a chance to come across. It really is such a lovely environment up there. So thank you so much for your willingness to take the leap with Practical Strengths and with our roadmap. And for those of you out there who have an opportunity, please make sure you check it out. We still have space in our registration. We'd love for you to join us. In fact, if you want to volunteer, you can volunteer and be a part of our support team for one very low fee to help contribute to the cause. So you can check that out. But with that, we hope to see you on October 2nd at our kickoff for the Future of Strengths Forum. Thanks so much, ladies.